Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Too Hot to Handle, Season 4, Episodes 1 through 5. I'm going to do all the first 5 episodes right here, right now. You don't want to miss it because Episode 5 was when it really started to pick up for me, in my opinion. If you've been here before or if you haven't and you enjoyed the video, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Help me grow my channel. Please, please, please. And let's get into it. So we got the cast: Britton, Creed, Dominique, James. I'm going to call her Ja. I think it's Jawa here, but sometimes I'll say it right. Child, sometimes I'll say it wrong. So Ja, Kayla, Nick, Nigel, Seb, and Sophie. For me, this season in the beginning was way too heavily produced, like not believable at all. Okay, if this is your first time watching Too Hot to Handle, start back at season 1. Okay, that's when it was real good. Start back there. It looked like it's gonna get good. It's starting to get good at the end, but start back at season 1. So y'all know how they like to do on Too Hot to Handle now, because everybody knows about the show. They pretend like this is a different type of show. They call it something different. They have Mario Lopez pretending to be the host. So I feel like he did a good job with that. But come on now, like, it looks like Too Hot to Handle. The room looked the same. If it ain't Love Island, it's Too Hot to Handle, honey. Like, it's a clear giveaway of what this is. But they got to pretend like they don't know what they signed up for. So, as usual, we have the sexy singles from all over the world. Later on, they find out they're on Too Hot because they see the lamp and they're like, oh my gosh, oh no, now we can't have sex. And then it's like, it always starts off with they're like so sexual. Like, if I came on a reality show, I wouldn't be like, ooh, all I want to do, I'm just so horny, I just have to have sex. That's all I think about. That's always on my mind. Especially when these are like college kids. Like, y'all too young to be thinking about this so much. Like, what else? What else is going on? Like, you know what you signed up for. So, basically, long story short, all the guys want Kayla. Like, let's just go here. We ain't gonna go person by person. 90% of them want Kayla, except for Nick. He wants Ja. And I was glad that somebody, because I'm like, are y'all not seeing what I'm seeing? You are missing this gorgeous woman over here. Like, yeah, Kayla cute too, but like, give the other ladies a chance. Like, everybody on Kayla, it was just ridiculous. Like, them other women didn't stand a chance. Kayla is playing the field. You know, she's talking to a couple guys, as she should, because she just got there. She kind of got her eyes on Nigel, because at first it seemed like James was pulling her to the side, but she didn't like the energy he was giving, so she over there with Nigel. John wants Nigel real bad, real bad, like almost giving desperation after a while. I was like, girl, pick your dignity up off the floor. So he don't want her. Like, he looked like he was trying to lead her on later on, but he don't want her, he don't like her, he don't see it for her. She's not his preference nor his type. So all the guys try to, shoot their shot at Kayla. But Kayla ends up kissing Nigel. So she ends up telling Ja because, she like, I don't want to break girl code and all that. What girl code? The girl code, if that was the case, she wouldn't have kissed him. If we talking about girl code. And furthermore, y'all just met like 5 minutes ago. So I don't know, y'all. So ain't no loyalty or no girl code. I think it was the right thing to do for her to tell her. But Ja was still acting like, oh no, like, and thinking like she still had a chance. Honey, you don't stand a chance. Move on. There's other men here. And they're going to be bringing more people later on. So if you don't like what you see, wait till the new people come. So Ja and Seb we're in episode 2. Ja and Seb are trying to like force a connection. Because, Seb initially, he was like, he of course really wanted Kayla, because who doesn't? Clearly, she's the only woman there, apparently. But he's like, Ja's real attractive too. And it's like, okay, well, the people we want each other. So, like, low-key, it's like, let's try to make them jealous. And it's like, let's just try to force a bond, because we can't have who we want. So, we're each other's second pick, so let's go to each other. Nick, I'm like, Nick, where you at? You actually genuinely wanted Ja from the start, but you over there meditating and stuff when you need to be going over here and having sparking up some conversation. So then they kiss, and they got an unnecessary rule break in the pool. And I was just like, what was that? And that's what I'm talking about. Like, inauthentic, because it just didn't even make sense. Like, it looked forced. So Brittany is sitting with James because she knew he wanted Kayla initially, because who don't? But she ended up getting But now she like, child, I mean, you ain't trying to touch me, hold my hand, kiss me. You ain't giving me no type of affection. I want to break a rule too. But James ain't. He focused more on the money. He like, I'm a struggling college student. I need my check. Okay. There's always somebody who's like focused on the money. When nobody else is, there's always one person who's focused on the money. So he focused on that. Lana is tired of Nigel and his player ways, okay? She's like, you going around, you're talking to her, you're talking to her, you're talking to her. Like, first he was over there with Kayla, but then he still was trying to talk to Dominique. Somehow Ja got like thrown in there for like a quick half a millimeter of a second, but he didn't even really, just talking to people just to talk to him at this point. So she like, look, you need to pick a lady to go on a date with, on a one-on-one date with. Like, who's it gonna be? So he go in there, and it just so happened the three ladies that he has to choose from just so happen to be sitting there getting dressed for what reason, I don't know. And they're just there waiting. So he picks Kayla, and Dominique was like, waste of an outfit. And I'm like, did y'all know what y'all were supposed to be in here for? Because why would you be saying a waste of an outfit if you thought if this was supposed to be random? So he picked her. They're going there having real surface level conversations. He's talking about, I'm a Scorpio, no kids. You said that already when y'all kissed at the pool. He ain't talking about nothing, ain't hitting on nothing. It was dry, yawn, boring, snooze fest. But somehow they managed to kiss anyway because they have a lot of sexual chemistry and some sexual tension between them. That's it. That's all. Nothing else is sexual. So while Ja is sitting there watching their date awkwardly, like Nick is finally getting her attention. And as they talking and the conversation is flowing, she's starting to be like, okay, you know what? I do see it for Nick. Like, he was like, quietly in the back, but now he's stepping up to the front. So they end up kissing too. So they got a rule break. So, but I'm like, okay, well, I'm fine with that because he actually likes her. So Nigel and Kayla get back from their date, and then he go in the room. It's just him and Dom in there. And he was like, oh, yeah, but I know what I really want. And she was like, oh, you like Kayla? And he was like, that was a segue. Like, I'm trying to hint that I want you. And it's like, don't be behind closed doors talking about you want me. But then you just took her out on a date in front of everybody. And it's like, do you want her because you really want her? Or do you want her because at this point, everybody else wanted her? So you just want to be the winner. Like, you wanted the one to win the girl. You got the girl everybody wanted type thing. So Lana, calls everybody to the carpet, got them at the meeting to expose the rule breaks. We know it's a couple rule breaks. Anyway, it happens every time. Afterwards, Dominique, because the ladies were sitting there, putting on their makeup or taking it off or whatever they was doing, getting ready for bed, whatever. So Kayla was like, ooh, finally, like, he the bad guy, but he's a bad boy, but I think we got a genuine connection. And she's like, oh, this could be something real. Like, this could turn into something. Girl, too much too soon. Y'all just got there. So Dominique was like, let me stop you right there. Like, hold on. Before you even start, let me stop you. I got something to say. And he was in there holding my hand and flirting with me. So, Kayla like, oh, really? Because you must have forgot that I got options. Like, you acting like I wanted you. You forgot you came after me. Did you? Let's not forget. So she go up there. And she was like, okay, well, Seb is one of my other options, so I'm going to get into bed with Sebastian tonight. And she did just that. So Nigel was looking like, what? And he was in the bed with Dom, which was the other one of his other choices. So it's like, you shouldn't be too upset. I guess he wanted to have all his ducks in a row, and that just threw him off. So he because he didn't even realize, he don't know that Kayla, at this point, that Kayla knows what Dominique, told her what they were doing in the room when nobody was looking. And I'm like, why do you think Dominique would have kept that a secret? All the ladies are talking. They're already talking about girl code. So why do you think they wouldn't talk? And then you're not about to play me in the back. So she's talking about could be something. Girl, ain't about to be nothing. So that's where she slept. Episode 3. So James is being a rule break police. Everybody is breaking rules left and right. Yeah, he think he policing something. You ain't policing nothing because the rules are still being broken. Like, I feel like they want to break them even more because you so worried and you so pressed. But Nigel confronts Kayla about sleeping with Seb. And she was like, look, she told him what Dominique told her about them holding hands and all that and how she felt the way. He take no accountability. He talking about that's hearsay. It ain't no hearsay. I would have respected it more if you'd been like, you know, and it's a timing too. You didn't just do it and it was like, well, we was all still getting to know each other. Or not. Y'all had just came back from y'all date and 5 minutes later you're holding her hand. Like craziness. It make me not even want to date in real life because that's what y'all be out here doing. Like, I mean, I get like if you're not committed, you're not committed, but I don't want you to. Goodness, like you just came back from the date and you can't even wait till the next day to say something to her the same night after we just exposed that we had a rule break and we was kissing. It's the audacity. So the group does one of those sexual activities, one of them exercises. They were painting. Wasting time, a lot of time, because for me personally, this scene had dragged on way long. But what I did gain from it was that Nigel realizes that he lost Kayla. He lost Kayla to Seb, so now he got to just settle for Dominique, and that's what it felt like he was doing. He was settling for Dominique because Kayla was like, Nigel, who? You pushed me right into the other man's arms. Like, I was on the fence, I was contemplating, and you made the choice for me. But I feel like, I don't know, her and Seb seem like they make more of a natural looking, like they seem like they would be a couple. Aesthetically, like they look like they would be together to me. Plus, Seb seemed to like her, like actually like her. Not just, I mean, yeah, like it's all sexual right now, but it seemed like he could actually grow genuine feelings for her when Nigel's just a player. So, later that night, Sophie and Creed were talking and they kissed, but I mean, she was his second choice. Like, he wasn't even looking her way. Like, I felt like he was just like, dang, everybody got going after Kayla. Like, I don't got nobody else. And again, he just settled for her. And it's like, in this moment, I was feeling, we already know what's going to happen next if y'all watch the episodes. So I'm feeling like, okay, the minute the next woman walks through the door, you're going to be moving on because you ain't really want Sophie. And Sophie deserves better. Especially you wasting money and wasting the kiss for nothing. Kayla and Seb kiss. And like they was in a room kissing. And then James came in like, what's going on in here? Clearly producers must have told him to go in there. Because how you just miss it? At bedtime, James is looking. He like, y'all better not do nothing. I got my eyes on you. I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm sleeping with one eye open. And he was like so happy. He's telling everybody before they go to sleep, like, I'm so happy there was no rule breaks tonight. We can't wait till tomorrow when we sit with Lana. And she gonna be like, oh, well, there was no rule breaks. Like, I'm so happy. They ain't had a meeting with Lana yet where there wasn't any rule breaks. But it ain't gonna happen tomorrow. Because while he chit-chatting with them, nobody's noticing that Kayla and Seb are missing. They in the shower together. Why would you even put yourself in that position to even like be that close naked in the shower? They broke a couple rules in the shower. Like at that point, I said, y'all might as well go all the way and just have sex because as much money as y'all lose, and she's talking about she touched his manhood with a loofah. I hope it would. Oh my goodness. But I wouldn't be using my loofah for that. And I'm like, well, at that point, you might as well just grab it with your hand. Like, what was the point of that? That she wasting money. I don't know. I hope she was lying. Because if she wasn't, like, girl, what? So, the next day, here we go. We got to meet with Lana, but before we do, hold on. The next day, oh, Nigel. He was trying to pursue Dominique because he was like, oh, you know, I'm starting to like her. No, you not. I ain't seen y'all like interacting like y'all just by default with each other because everybody already coupled up. He talking about he like her. He want to see where this go. Like he just want to, he said something before that though. Like, I feel like people are in each other's lives for seasons and, you know, he don't want nothing serious. He just want to see how, he just want to go with the flow. She rejects him because she's like, I want something more than that. I need some more substance. I need this to actually go somewhere and not just be like a hookup type of thing. I don't want that. So he went from having 3 ladies to none. Nobody is worried about him anymore. Trying to be a player don't work in the long run, especially when all the women are in the same house. So, Lana goes on about the rule breaks and exposes Seb and Kayla. So, she offers for them to go to the suite. Because, you know, we got to test them. When there's always a couple who just can't keep their hands off each other, they got to go to the suite for the ultimate test. So, they go off to the suite. So, then she tells the group, like, look, if y'all think they gonna break rules, you don't have to just sit here. We can take $10K out of the money to cover any rule breaks they might have. Or If you trust them, if they don't break any rules, fine. But if they do, you're going to get penalized for everyone. And mind you, at this point, like the penalties have doubled. Like a kiss was like $6,000. Y'all already down money. So, and then y'all got to split it between the 10 of y'all. And then whoever else comes in the house. So it's like, all right, well, listen, y'all can take the 10K out and cover it or not, but of course they chose to trust them. So we're going to see what happens in the next episode, which happens right now. Episode 4. So the next day, Kayla and Seb come back, and long story short, because they was dragging on stuff. I'm like, y'all, they took too long. Them new people they added, where it seemed like it's going to get a little spicy, they should have added them a little sooner. Because I'm like, y'all dragging scenes for 20 minutes for like just for us to find out that they didn't have sex. We know they didn't. And for me, that's a clear indication that this is BS. Because y'all can't keep y'all hands off each other when people in the same room as y'all. But when y'all in a suite to yourself, they was taking baths together and everything. Y'all didn't do anything. Okay. So 2 new arrivals are coming. And the 2 new people got to choose who they wanted to go on dates with. So, the first person, we don't see him yet. Well, we see him, but they don't see him yet. So, Ethan picks Sophie. And I was like, they must have told him to do that. Like, I don't know. I was surprised because I was just so used to everybody picking Kayla. But I'm like, okay. They would make a nice match. And then I wrote down Flavia, but her name was Flavia. Lord, I'm messing her name all the way up. Flavia picks Seb. Kayla's feeling extremely insecure. And it's like, not you feeling insecure. I guess when she knew everybody wanted her, there was no competition, she was fine. Now you don't know who's walking in. Fresh meat, everybody gonna get excited because it's somebody new. We done got used to seeing y'all as somebody new coming. So both newbies are putting on real thick because that's their job, like to come and break up whatever's going on in the household, steal whoever they can steal. Like that's what they supposed to do. So they poured it on super thick, like they supposed to. And then they both tell their dates, like, look, Lana told us we can have a free pass as far as a kiss with no penalties. Both Sophie and Seb said no. And again, with Seb, they done drag, especially with him telling Kayla like that he didn't do it. They dragged that on for about a good hour. I said, what is going on? Get to it. So Flavia now has her eyes on Creed because she like, it's too much going on over there with them. They in too deep. Like I'm gonna move on to Creed. I don't know, like Creed and Seb look nothing alike. Like, girl, what is your type? But I guess there ain't none when it comes to Too Hot to Handle. She seemed like he seemed like a easier person to jump ship, and she needed to lock it down with somebody so she can stay. So, and Creed looked like he ready for it. He looking at her, she's showing off her little cakes in the back. He like, look, I'm ready. If she want me, she can have me. You was just telling Sophie like it's y'all, like yeah, it's us. Like she just turned down a kiss with somebody who was her type to continue on with you. My girl Sophie deserves so much better. So the next day, episode 5, Kayla asked a newbie, basically they were trying to make it seem like she was confronting her, but she really didn't confront her. Like she nicely asked her like what happened. So Flavia told Seb, told Kayla what happened with her and Seb's date. Nothing happened. She tried to make it seem like he was like, oh, he said it was so hard for him to resist and all that. You can say whatever. At the end of the day, he resisted and nothing happened. So she again was like, I'm moving on with Creed because, yeah, it's too much baggage that way. Kayla low-key told her, like, Lyra, look, don't mess with my man. I'm going to be the one to bring it to you, okay? Leave him alone. He's off limits. He's mine, pretty much. Like, she like in her confessional, I don't know who this girl thinks she is, but he's mine. You may have had him once on that date, but I got him the rest of the time we in the house, okay? So Creed is in there with James. And he like, again, Flavia want him. She can have him. Like, yeah, I'm going over there. That's what I want. Like, that's my type. That's my type. So Ethan is flirting with Britton because he can tell she getting sexually frustrated. And I mean, anybody else are you checking for? James ain't even. I'm like, James could be into her, but he's focused on what the whole point of the show is, trying to get to the money. So I'm like, look, I'm sitting there. I'm like, she gonna jump ship. Because James he too focused on the money. She been complaining like he won't touch me. He ain't worried about me. He worried about what y'all doing instead of worrying about me when I'm right in front. You missing all this worrying about them. Like, all the rules is getting everybody else breaking rules. I want to break a rule too. So Kayla was like, look, I want to seal the deal with Seb. Didn't him saying like he told her no, like I already got somebody, wasn't that enough to seal the deal? She just want to have sex and want a reason. She entices him, like she finds him alone, and then so they go upstairs to the showers, and they have shower sex. And I'm like, and it was like, I hope it wasn't as quick as it seemed, because it seemed real quick. So I'm like, okay. And then it came out spitting and stuff, like, what was going on in there? Ooh, not the community showers. So Lana immediately calls a mandatory meeting because that rule break, I mean, y'all had sex, like y'all went all the way. Nah, we got to talk about this right now. So Kayla was like, look, because Seb ain't man enough to say it. Like, he should have been the one leading the conversation. So Kayla ended up telling everybody, like, look, we had sex. And Lana was like, that's not all y'all did. I'm sorry. I could not have intimate moments with all these cameras around. Like, I would be so uncomfortable. I don't like having, like, meaningless, like, this show just wouldn't be for me anyway. But if I was just trying to be on TV, like, it's just too many cameras around for me. So she was like, look, y'all did more than that. And we seen y'all spitting and stuff. So, I mean, yeah. They ain't even make it clear what exactly it was. We just left to assume what we assuming. So Seb was like, she didn't say we can't do it. She said there would be penalties if we do it. Like, what? Boy, be quiet. You was better off not saying nothing. What was that? Excuse me? What? They should have just apologized and left it. So they lost $50K behind that. And now they only have $117,000 left out of $200,000. Mind you, like, we still in the first week. Y'all supposed to be there like all summer. So at this point, like, there's no point in not breaking the rules. Like, why not? Like, yeah, I know, like, you know, later on, I'm probably going to give them a chance to get a little 10K back or get a little bit of money back or whatever. Y'all done lost so much money. It's not even no point of not breaking the rules. What does it matter at this point? What's she gonna do? Triple the penalties? Or what's she gonna do at this point? So Ja and Nick are in the bed, and cause Ja was like, everybody else breaking, that make me want to break a rule. Girl, you've broken enough. It's poor Britain over there who hadn't got a chance to break not one rule. She's sick of it. So they in the bed in the late night hour, breaking rules. But Nick was like, look, as long as we don't go all the way. Doesn't matter if you go all the way or not. Like, it's not like, oh, well, at least they didn't go all the way. Like, we losing so much money at this point, y'all can't afford to breathe on each other. They shouldn't even be in the bed together. So, at the group activity, they were, like, writing words on punching bags, and they were going to punch the bag. To relieve stress, I guess. It was funny because when it started off, Nigel was like, ooh, just for me, boxing. That's what I like to do. Like, and then he just punched the bag. So then the expert who was running the activity, and he was on like seasons before, but he was like, so write the word down first and then punch the bag. Like, you missed the whole point. So they're doing that, and Ja was talking about how she was adopted and feeling like, you know, she's not worthy of being loved. And it was pretty sad. It was touching. I was glad that we got to dig in a little deeper and get past the surface level stuff, which was supposed to be the point of the show. And would explain why, okay, that's why you want to have these like meaningless, no strings attached type of situations. But, you know, it's hard. I can only imagine what it feels like to be adopted. Then Britain had wrote on James' bag, like, because he wrote down whatever he wrote down. And she was like, and lack of physical. And he was like, okay, you going to put me on the spot in front of everybody? Like, wow. Like, you could have pulled me to the side and we could have talked about this. Like, not you saying it in front of everybody, including the new guy, Ethan, which is why she did it probably. So she can be like, listen, I'm letting you know right here in front of everybody, I'm cutting them off. So later on, they meet up. They was talking. I'm sorry, I had went and got something to drink. It was a little boring, but basically, from what the gist of it is, like, she ready to jump ship just like Creed. And same thing with Creed. He ready to, matter of fact, earlier, I forgot in the episode, because he's sitting down with Flavia, right? And he like, Oh, me and Sophie, it's more like a friendship, like a friendly vibes. Like that's a homie, but nothing more. Nothing. You was just talking about y'all was committing, and you felt some kind of way when she went on a date. You really liked her, and y'all kissed. Y'all was breaking rules, and y'all was touchy feely when y'all was painting. And now we just friends. You and she in the friend zone now. Oh, all right. Well, so Sophie, so then he was like, I'm gonna let Sophie know. He didn't waste no time to even make sure Flavia was even serious or nothing. Like he couldn't wait to be like, oh, I'm cutting Sophie off. She's just a friend. She'll understand. No, she won't understand because she didn't have. She had an opportunity. She didn't do it. You couldn't be loyal for 2 seconds to even see where this could go. He went to tell her, sat her down, and try to tell her like, look, I'm going on. There's somebody new in the house, like, and I want to move on over there. Like, thanks for your time, but no, thank you. I don't want to move forward. Sophie snapped on him, rightfully so. She had it with him. And I don't know what's going on. Later in the night, she's like, I don't know what's going on with the bed situation. I'm not ready for him to sleep in the bed with the other girl. Like, it's too much, so much to process, or whatever. So, first, this is where it get good. James come out. Brittany had already jumped her little fast tail self in the bed with Ethan. So they sitting there, and everybody's like, ooh, awkward. I'm like, what? So then Creed comes out, and he jumps in the bed with his new girl. And everybody like, oh my gosh, it's about to be real tensiony tonight. So think you can cut it with 2 knives. And I'm like, ugh. So James came back, but you could see all the hurt on his face. But he's trying to play it cool, like, nope, I'm good. I'm fine. He was like, I was just about to talk to her, and then she did this. Like, wow. Like, yeah, she was ready to move on. She don't care what you got to say. But, I mean, it's fine. There'll be a new girl in the house. So, and I'm surprised she did him like that. Like, look, we'll focus on the task at hand, the money. Okay? Obviously, I mean, you ain't going to be able to afford to go out to wherever she at because you're talking about you're a struggling college student. So, you need to worry about the money anyway. So, Sophie come out, and it's like, this is what we waiting for. Sophie about to snap. So she walked in and she was like, what? Hell no. She walked back out, got her hoodie or whatever, and left at her confessional. She like, I'm just ready to go. Like, you are not about to see me cry over this guy. Like, yeah, I feel away. I'm hurt. This is upsetting, and it's a lot to process. And yeah, I feel away. Like, and I like that. I'm a Cancer, so I'm emotional. So I can't be like, oh no, it's fine. I'm good. I got to say how I feel, or it will like eat me alive. And I'm not about to be sitting there suffering emotionally and mentally. Nah, I feel some type of way until I don't feel some type of way anymore. Like, that was grimy. Like, he had to do it like that. But that's how he did it. And that's where the episode ends. And we see the preview for the next few episodes. Look like we got some more sexy singles coming. And I can't wait to see what happens next. If y'all want me to review the next few episodes, drop down in the comments. Let me know. And I will. We can meet right back here on my channel. Check out my other content. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, share with a friend. Tell a friend and tell a friend. It's free 99. Subscribe. I'm almost at 300. I need a couple more of y'all so I can get over that hump. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.